Hi, welcome to Balanced Body Podcast. My name is Portia Page and I'm a Pilates instructor from San Diego, California. I'm also a faculty member for Balanced Body. With me today we have Beth, and we're going to be working with the purple balls, which are 8 to 10 inch balls. The 8 to 10 inches varies depending on how much air that you actually put into the ball. We're working with about 8 inches today, and we're going to do a couple of exercises to show some different uses for the ball itself. Beth, if you could turn around this way. We're going to be doing a standard rollback for the abdominals. We're going to start with the ball between the knees. So what this does is it adds a little bit of inner thigh connection and keeps her working from the core, from the pelvic floor, inner thigh, and then right up into the transverse, which is your lower abdominal muscle. And Beth, if you could start with your hands behind your thighs. But yeah, let's go there. And as she rolls back, she's going to be rolling through the lower spine, rolling back to where she feels comfortable, and then rolling back up. The hands behind the legs add a really nice support, and then with the ball between the knees, it keeps the knees from splaying open or from drawing in too close. From there, we're going to use the ball now in the same exercise, but now behind the back. What this does is it's a really nice support for the low back, and for those people that might just be starting off with exercise, you can put it there to add support, and it will keep you from rolling back too far, but you'll still be working your abdominals. So try a few of those, Beth, and you can release the arms this time. And let's have you exhale up, and then inhale to roll back. And you'll just roll back to where you feel comfortable. You don't want to come into an arch position, but you're just going to come back to where you feel the abdominals engaging and you feel the low back supported on the ball itself. Great, Beth. And if you could take the ball, yep, that's it. Now she's going to roll onto her chest. This is wonderful work for the upper back. And for those of you that sit at a computer all day, this is really easy to do. And if you have kyphosis or rounded shoulders, if your head is dropping forward from this standard stance of sitting at a computer, this provides an avenue for you to now work on extension work, which is upper back, and keeping it out of the low back, but just working the upper back and getting some range of motion through the neck area. So Beth, why don't you widen the hands just a little bit, elbows out a little bit more. That way you just come right onto the ball. You'll have to adjust accordingly. And round over a little bit, so you start round, because this is where most people will actually start, bringing your shoulders back just a bit. There we go, good. On the inhale, she's going to lift up nice and tall, reaching the top of the head towards the side here, and then exhale to roll back and down. Maybe move this elbow back a little bit, yeah, and then maybe a little bit wider. That way you provide a lot of room here for the shoulders. All right, and do a few more of those. Inhale to lift, and an exhale to lower. If you'll notice here while Beth keeps moving, for people that have rounded shoulders, if you're on the floor trying to do this exercise, you actually don't have any range of motion because your shoulders are already rounded forward. With this ball underneath you like this, the purple ball, it gives you a little bit of range of motion through the upper back to start working these muscles here that are so important for taking you out of that rounded shouldered position. Thank you, Beth. And we have one more exercise here. This exercise comes from the mat Pilates work called scissors and bicycle. And this is a really great way for people that have a difficult time with actually rolling over and getting their hands underneath their back to lift up. With this, we're going to use, instead of our hands, we'll use the purple ball underneath the hip bones here. So the back part here, if you could just bridge up. And then you'll slide the ball underneath. Good. You want to keep it kind of right in the sacrum and the PSIS, which is your, just think of it as your back hip bones, I think is the best way to explain it. Are you feeling comfortable there, Beth? Good. She's got a nice long posture here. Her abdominals are drawn in tightly. Let's just move your head a little bit this way so she's nice and straight. One at a time, she'll lift the knees up over to the hip area. And then if you have your hands alongside of you, she can actually use her arm muscles and her lats here to balance herself on the ball. So even though it's a little bit easier than the standard exercise, there is that element of balance because the ball is underneath you and it's an unstable surface. So from here, Beth, we're going to extend the legs straight up in the air, and we're going to move on to scissors. Hang on to that balance now, and you'll just scissor the legs, one towards you and one away. Okay? And then just switch in the middle. And what you're looking for here is a nice straight leg. Also, you want to think about the inner thighs brushing past one another so that the legs aren't really wide. And this way it'll keep you a little bit more balanced on the ball because that can be a little bit challenging. And now Beth, if you can move into a bicycle movement from here. Good, bending one knee. You can work with a flexed and pointed foot here and then show the other way. Good, so we have reverse bicycle from there. These are really nice exercises, working on abdominal strength, also working on just keeping the posture and the spine long. All right, Beth, if you can come down from there 1 foot at a time. Good, bridge up again and remove the ball. And slowly roll up to a seated position. Good. And those are some exercises that you can do with the 8 to 10 inch purple balls. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Portia Page from Balanced Body.